Good morning. All are in their places, and we are ready to begin this celebratory day. Today signifies one of the greatest occasions and accomplishments in the lifetime of our graduates, their families, and friends. With such pride and joy of these marvelous accomplishments, we have come to expect that the moment your graduate receives his or her diploma, you will be moved to triumphant applause or some other form of jubilant expression. Although we appreciate your outward displays of pride and your charged intensity of support, we kindly ask you that you respect the following graduate by restoring quiet by the time the next candidate's name is to be called. In addition, we also ask that you respect the dignity of this commencement ceremony by remaining civil and refraining from the use of any external form of noisemaker, such as air horns, whistles. The bookstore got rid of the thunder sticks. Since it's the FIFA World Cup coming back around, maybe get rid of your vuvuzelas. However, the use of such devices can become unpleasant and offensive, leading to a diminished experience for those seated in proximity to you. These exercises for the spring semester, the 33rd commencement ceremony at Florida Gulf Coast University, are hereby called to order.
On behalf of Florida Gulf Coast University, I welcome you to the university's 33rd commencement ceremony. At this time, will you please rise and remain standing for the invocation provided by Pastor John Roth. Remain standing afterwards to join in the singing of our national anthem led by our vocalist, Miss Christy Shore, and the Suncoast Brass Quintet.
We pray. My Lord and my God, when you walk into the room, you cast out doubt and fear by your love. Your mercies are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. This day we praise you for the gift of these graduates. May they now be gifts to this world through what they have learned here at FGCU. Walk with them as they bring healing to the nation and release to captives. Teach them significance in service, strength in love, and power in self-sacrifice. Bring them to realize their true wealth comes from the richness of their relationships and the depth of their character. We don't ask for comfortable lives for them, O Lord. We don't ask for happiness per se, but profound purpose and life-changing mission out of which will come their true joy. We don't even ask for safety, but adventure. And in the words of Francis Drake, Sir Francis Drake, we pray, disturb us, Lord, when we are too pleased with ourselves, when our dreams have come true because we have dreamed too little, when we arrived safely because we sailed too close to the shore. Disturb us, Lord, when with the abundance of things we possess, we have lost our thirst for the waters of life. Having fallen in love with life, we have ceased to dream of eternity, and in our efforts to build a new earth, we have allowed our vision of the new heaven to dim. Disturb us, O Lord, to dare more boldly, to venture on wilder seas where storms will show your mastery, where losing sight of land we shall find the stars. We ask all this in your name and according to your steadfast love. Amen.
Dark the light.
be seated. This ceremony is patterned after a ritual which has been repeated through centuries of higher education throughout the world. The robes we wear and the symbols of the ceremony found their origin in the Middle Ages. The mace is a symbol of the authority of the university, but the spirit of commencement is modern, always new, and always focused on the future. At this time, let me introduce the university trustees and other members of our platform party. As I call your name, please rise and remain standing, and I ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. University trustee and University Board of Trustee Chair Robbie Repsdorf, University trustee Richard Dick Klass, University trustee and student government president Dominique Volpe, student speaker and former student government president Juan Cabillo, Dean of the Lutgert College of Business, Dr. Hudson Rogers. This will be Dr. Rogers' last commencement at Florida Gulf Coast University. He has accepted the position of Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Valdosta State University. Boo. Dean of the UA Whitaker College of Engineering, Dr. Richard Baer. Dean of Library Sciences, Dr. Kathleen Miller. Chair-elect of the Alumni Association, Harry Casimir. Interim Director of Alumni Relations, Kimberly Wallace. Academic Counselor and University Reader, Patty Kirk. Academic Advisor and University Reader, Michelle Jones. Invocation Speaker, Pastor John Roth of Thrive Community Church. Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. J. Michael Rollo. Associate Vice President for Research and Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Tachung Yi. Florida Board of Governors member and keynote speaker, Mr. Ed Morton. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ronald Toll. University Marshal, Faculty Senate, and University Trustee, Dr. Sean Felton. Please join me in welcoming our platform guest. Sitting in the first row before me are our college marshals. As I call your name, will you please stand to be recognized and remain standing? Dr. Claude Villers, UA Whitaker College of Engineering. Dr. Colin Ramdeen, Lutgert College of Business. Danielle Rosenthal, Library Services. Please join me in recognizing our marshals. I would like to recognize retired President Roy McTarnigan and his wife Beverly, who are with us today. Dr. McTarnigan is the first president of Florida Gulf Coast University. Roy, Beverly, glad you're here. Additionally, I would also like to thank the many members of the university's foundation board and friends of the university here with us today. Because there are so many here, I won't be able to introduce each of you, but I welcome you all and ask that you raise your hand so that we may recognize you as well. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce the university's provost and vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Ronald Toll.
It is a great honor for me to be part of FGCU and to be part of this very special ceremony. It is my distinct pleasure at this time to introduce the President of the Faculty Senate, member of the FGCU Board of Trustees, and University Marshal, Dr. Sean Felton.
Thank you, Dr. Toll. Welcome again, everyone, to the 33rd Commencement ceremony at Florida Gulf Coast University. Fellow platform party members, distinguished guests, outstanding faculty, parents, families, and most especially our Florida Gulf Coast University graduates. I bring you greetings and congratulations on completing your degree programs on behalf of all my renowned colleagues, the FGCU faculty. Before I move too much further, I would like to first thank you and your families for trusting us with the responsibility of your education. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize all of our families and other influential people who have helped you get to this day. Here's a little secret, graduates. There's a lot of pride and good amount of relief going around the arena right now, and most family members are a tiny bit vulnerable in this joyful state. So it may be a great time to ask for a few things. Perhaps a little extra money, a new car. Maybe you might need to fess up for a little white lie or drop some other surprise. However, trust me, family members, we have emergency personnel throughout the arena if that surprise is too great. Anyway, your experiences here at FGCU are unprecedented and have been filled and enriched by dedicated, brilliant faculty members whom have basked in your successes, comforted you during times when challenges have arisen, and assisted you in every endeavor to make it possible for you to reach this day. Today's events are made up of moments that are second to none for us as faculty, and seeing the works of your steadfast determination is empirical evidence that solidifies all we do daily. Thank you for making us better along the way. However, graduates, I would not try to be at the center of a viral YouTube video by attempting a backflip and missing it after shaking President Bradshaw's hand here in just a few moments. We're concerned about your future. However, I'm a little concerned with the engineering of this stage, and I don't want any problems for my fellow platform members. As I was beginning to think about what I was going to say today, like past times I've spoken, I began to research ideas and advice that could put in context the importance of this day and the opportunities that now await for all of you. So like any good academic, I began to research commencement speeches and quotes. I also tried to find quality research that demonstrated a strong statistical correlation between speeches given at commencement ceremonies like this and their effects on their audiences. I did find a great deal of relevant articles in the Journal of Sleep Disorders and Therapy. However, this wasn't quite the motivation I was looking for. I also examined a number of quotes that ranged from extremely reflective and thoughtful, such as Ralph Waldo Emerson stating, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall," to more candid words such as a quote by Jimmy Buffett that notes, "Searching is half the fun. Life is much more manageable when thought of as a scavenger hunt as opposed to a surprise party." But as I was writing this speech, I took a break as my wife and I went to put our 2 young kids to bed. And at this particular evening, our book of choice was Dr. Seuss's All the Places You'll Go. As I sat back down at the computer, re-examining my old speeches and my inspiration for quotes, seriously, I was seeking advice from a self-proclaimed beach bum and still trying to find the correct words. My simple mind kept going back to the book I just read to my kids. I thought all the places that they'll be going. These are places that all of you have traveled to get to FGCU. But now think about the places you'll go after today. So let's take a little journey to some of the places you've gone while at FGCU and how they are now the foundation of where all of you will go. Today is your day. It is an extremely exciting day that marks a professional milestone of your dedication, hard work, and commitment in earning your degree. We are here today to celebrate these accomplishments and the endless opportunities that now exist because you have persevered through the challenging course, multiple class projects, and long research papers. You have earned it, and you have made it. You have all the privileges that a degree from FGCU provides. Congratulations. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself any direction you choose. This is truer than ever. You now possess a passport to the world that never expires. After today, you have endless opportunities for advancement, progress in your chosen field, and several openings for success that are still limited for many. You've been trained in a discipline, but moreover, you have been provided with lifelong learning skills that will allow you to adapt to an ever-changing workforce. In fact, data suggests that individuals graduating today will have 3 different professions in their lives. All of you have these skills. You also have the responsibility of being a part of an elite group of individuals. Those of you completing your baccalaureate degree are now among the top 30% of all Americans, while those of you receiving your master's degree are now part of the top 8% of educated individuals in America. A very select group. So yes, all the places you'll go. However, things can happen, and frequently they do, to people as brainy as you. But you have already learned to overcome some obstacles, such as discovering that there is more to nutrition than just ramen noodles. Laundry doesn't do itself. And didn't our roommates always get along? Also, you've learned how to manage on limited sleep, the consequences for not waking up for an early morning class, or missing exams. Wait, that never happens because you're all here today. You've also developed these skills on how to stay focused on coursework when outside stresses appeared. But as you began your FGCU journey, most of these challenges were unknown to you. However, all of these events, both good and bad, have helped shape who you are. Through this journey, you have learned many things about yourselves, who you were, who you have become, and now who you will be as you benefit from this degree. So use these skills to get back on track when problems arise. Lastly, step with care and great tact, and remember that life is a great balancing act. Never underestimate the little acts of kindness. These acts cost you not a dime, but as a popular credit card catchline notes, they are priceless. You'll be surprised how a slight smile or saying good morning to a colleague changes everyone's day. Also, be sure to find balance in what you do. Find that balance between your career, your family, and all else that's important to you. Slow down, find compromise in what you do. You will be much happier. Once again, my colleagues and I wish you our most heartfelt congratulations. We wish you well in all of your endeavors, and we are assured that all of you will be excellent representatives of our FGCU family. You now see windows and doors where there once were walls. You have made us proud, and we anticipate your successes and all of your future accomplishments. So remember, today is your day. Tomorrow is the beginning of your future. You're going to move mountains, so get on your way. Congratulations, and go Eagles.
Thank you, Dr. Felton. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Spring 2014 student speaker and former student government president, Juan Cabillo. Juan was born in Costa Rica and came to the United States when he was 5 years old. He grew up in North Miami, where he faced many obstacles, but he didn't let these obstacles deter him from pursuing his education. Juan graduated from Hannondale High School and came to FGCU in the fall of 2010. Prior to being elected student body president, Juan served as a senator and as budget chairman. A senior, Juan is a communication major with a concentration in public relations and minors in both journalism and advertising. After graduation, he plans a career in public relations and will open up a series of small businesses in honor of his family members to whom he wants the profits to go. I always think of you as my son. Eventually, Juan plans to run for the president of Costa Rica. Juan performed admirably in his role as student government president and as a university trustee. It is my great pleasure to introduce a future president of Costa Rica, Mr. Juan D. Cabillo.
Thank you, Dr. Toll. I believe that life is lived in chapters. Our birth is a chapter. The way we grow up is a chapter. Our adolescence is another. And the beautiful part is that we get to continue writing these chapters until we complete a book about our lives that will hopefully inspire others. In our book, we may have chapters of drama, thrillers, or adventure, depending on which path we take. But one thing I know is that here today, you have all completed a chapter of success, and I know that it only gets better as we continue. Some of you will be lawyers, doctors, teachers. I may see some of you when I visit the doctor's office one day, or maybe my kids will sit in your classroom one day. And I truly hope that day comes, because I don't care what anyone from any school says, FGCU graduates are the best graduates in the state of Florida. Victories feel good when you know how it feels to lose. Victories feel good when they are earned, because if the walk is easy, the journey is worth nothing. I look at life kind of like driving a car around town. Sometimes we go through dirt roads, bumpy roads, hills, and rainstorms until finally we reach our destination. As we drive through the path of life, we come across yield signs for all those people that want to be ahead of us. Stop signs for all those people that try to stop us from moving forward. Right turns that signify right decisions, and left turns that signify getting close to that cliff. But every one of you followed the signs. You made right turns, you followed the speed limit, and if you got speeding tickets, well, at least you paid them on time because you're here. You all earned this day because you learned that it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be frustrating, and you're supposed to cry, because the more you cry, the more your smile means when you get to days like today. I was born in a poor country to teenage parents who had no more than a high school education. I missed out on the experience of being a child because I had to learn to grow up as they were growing up too. I grew up with a million reasons to cry, but instead I think I have a million reasons to smile. Because back home in Costa Rica, there are a million little boys and girls who are growing up just like I did, and they're waiting for someone to go back and give them a glimpse of what it's like on the other side of poverty. So every day, I wake up knowing that every day I am building myself as a person financially, spiritually, and emotionally, so that I can go back and inspire those little kids who are where I used to be, except they don't have that same car to drive in the path of life. So I'm hoping that they can catch a ride with me, so that they don't make those left turns, and so that they don't get stopped by the bumpy roads. And I'm saying that to say this. Somewhere out there, there are people who you don't know, people who you have never met, that depend on you to be the light at the end of their tunnel. This moment today means nothing if you don't plan on using it to help others when you get out of here. Some define success as how much money you have, but when I do the math, individual accomplishments is 50%, and how much you help others is the other half. College is a lot to handle, and it's very easy to wonder what it's all for. But I think it's our job to be the candle that ignites the flame, and many more. We may not be the ones to change the world, and that's okay, but we can spark the brains of those who can and those who will one day. I want you all to know that standing here today speaking to you is inspiring me. It's inspiring me to dream further and bigger, because if we were able to make it here and graduate from a four-year institution with so many odds against us, then who knows how much further we can go. They lied to us when they told us that the sky is the limit, because I don't believe there is a limit. I believe we could only limit ourselves, because it is a tough world out there. But you can choose to let it shape you, or you can shape the world instead. From here on out, we will compete for a job and a salary. We will compete to find our ideal wife and husband. We will compete against individuals from all walks of life. But there won't be a dean of students to put us through conduct. There will be a judge in a jail. There will not be an academic advisor to keep us on track. There will be a lawyer. And there won't be simple breakups with boyfriends and girlfriends anymore. There will be divorces. So it's up to us to use what we have learned this far to live the life that we envision for ourselves. I truly believe that there is only one way, and one way only, to live forever, and that is through people's memory. So make every action memorable. Make every single word you say memorable, so that your life has an impact that time cannot erase. Embrace obstacles, embrace hardships, because success will recognize those who are worthy of it, and they will embrace you in return. Now, before I go, I do want to mention I'm very proud of being part of an institution with so many dedicated, proud, and committed students. I believe we have over 20 students who have served in the armed forces that are graduating here today, and I want to take time to recognize them and give them a round of applause for serving our country. Good luck to everyone, and never forget that we are FGCU, and there's not one other university in this world that I would rather be a part of. Go Eagles.
Thanks, Juan. You know, Juan, I noticed that you're wearing a 2014 gold tassel, which symbolizes your commitment to Florida Gulf Coast University's foundation. If you are also wearing a gold tassel, please stand so we can recognize your support to the university's greatest need. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Edward A. Morton. Ed Morton of Naples, currently a member of the Board of Governors for the State University System of Florida, has served as a principal and managing director of the investment firm Wasmer Schroeder since 2007. He retired in 2006 after 34 years of service as the CEO of the Naples Community Hospital Healthcare System, a diversified healthcare holding company. He is a Florida native and was raised in Islamorada. He holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Notre Dame, a master's of business administration from the University of Miami, and a master of health science from Florida Gulf Coast University. He is a past vice chair of the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees and past chair of the Florida Gulf Coast University Foundation Board of Directors. He has served and currently sits on the board of a number of civic-minded organizations serving the citizens of Southwest Florida. Please join me in welcoming Edward A. Morton, who will deliver the commencement address. Ed.
Morning. On behalf of Governor Scott and the Board of Governors, on behalf of President Bradshaw, on behalf of the trustees, congratulations. Those of you that are graduates, take a look around the room. The moms, the dads, the family members, the colleagues, family and friends. Without their sacrifice, their dedication, and their support, I suspect most of you would not be here today. We have the wonderful faculty of Florida Gulf Coast University, whose perseverance, expertise, and transmission of knowledge is responsible for you as well being here today. Thank you to them. Thank you to the entire Board of Trustees of Florida Gulf Coast University and to the community of Southwest Florida for supporting this wonderful university. When they asked me to speak as the commencement speaker, President Bradshaw was very clever. He kind of slipped in there that there are 3 graduation ceremonies today. Guess who the commencement speaker is for all 3? So I have the same speech in 3 different formats. Which one would you like to hear? And anybody who's grading faculty, you're invited to sit through all 3 and can submit a grade to me if you wish, so you can critique what I have to say. They asked me to put a little something together that's in the program. There's a quote in that program that I go by in my life every day. As CEO of an organization that had about 5,000 people, I learned very quickly I wasn't the smartest guy in the room. And the best way that I could lead people was to surround myself with incredibly intelligent people, build a culture of trust, and learn from an African proverb. If you want to travel fast, you travel alone. But if you're going to travel far, you have to travel together. Together and building a team and working together as you go out into the world. You confront a world today where building a team is not very easy. Today's world is perhaps as binary as I can remember in my lifetime. Civility, compassion, trust, humility, many of the attributes that many of us grew up with have today been subordinated to an attitude of my opinion is the only opinion that's important in this room. So it led me, as I thought about what I would talk about today, because as President Lincoln once said, the world will little note, though long remember what I say here. But I trust that you won't forget a few things that I say here, and I trust that everybody in this room won't forget the wonderful things that the people here did and accomplished. So within that context, I thought I'd try to think of a word that I thought would kind of bring together these thoughts. And I came up with the word tolerance. Tolerance is described in Webster's dictionary as the willingness to tolerate something, an opinion that we don't necessarily agree with. Tolerance is an important attribute of any society that is going to build and flourish and create a society in which all of us, in all of our diversity, and all of our differences, can move together to build a better future. Absent tolerance, all we seem to be interested in is, as I said, the dominance of my own opinion. And evidence of intolerance is beginning to spring up, whether it be in the world of politics, whether it be in the business world, whether it be in certain college campuses around this country. But I would submit that absent tolerance, learning and education will suffer and suffer greatly. So, what are the takeaways? You are the products of a wonderful university and a great education. Any college campus that any of us participate in and take advantage of must be a sanctuary for thinking. It must be a furnace where ideas and opinions are tempered in passionate debate. It must be an arena in which critical thinking skills are forged and honed, sustaining all of the open spaces of democracy, freedom, where we are today, and what this nation stands for. It requires that we remain vigilant regarding attempts to construct intellectual fences around any particular subject which may preclude the free and unfettered exchange of ideas. Any forum which doesn't present or permit opposing points of view. Think about that as you go out into the world. Any forum which doesn't permit opposing points of view does indeed erect an intellectual fence, which in turn limits the spaces of democracy. Thomas Jefferson said in his first inaugural address that differences of opinion don't mean differences in principle. He also later said that if a book be false, let facts refute it. Disprove them. If someone is false in their reasoning, challenge them. But for God's sake, let us freely hear from both sides. An open and free exchange of opposing points of view is only fortified when those who engage in permitted debate do so on a voluntary basis. It's the voluntary nature of these relationships which form the very foundation of freedom and free speech. Any attempt to stifle free speech is an affront to the free market of ideas. The sovereignty of the free market of ideas is vested in a voluntary exchange of ideas between willing authors, willing readers, willing speakers, and willing listeners. What is it that some fear from an opposing point of view? That they become intolerant of another person's opinion. Why must some rely on the brutality, the intellectual brutality of intolerance? Aristotle, when he was asked a question about the value of debate, said that debate and tolerance is the mark of an educated person who's able to entertain a thought without accepting it. You may recall in your reading Voltaire. I may not agree with what you have to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. I would submit that tolerance is affording the rights to others that we claim for ourselves. Just as an education is dependent upon liberty, liberty is dependent upon education. Education and liberty are not only closely related, they're indispensable to one another. Standing alone, education is essential. Absent liberty, however, it becomes transformed into a form of indoctrination. Likewise, liberty is the very soul of a democracy, but without an education, it is gradually rendered useless. Helen Keller once was asked to give a commencement address, and in the midst of that commencement address, she uttered the following quote: "One of the most powerful testimonies to the value of an education is tolerance. The ability to learn, the ability to adapt, the ability to be flexible, the willingness to learn, the willingness to be open-minded." I would like to submit to the graduates today that as you go forward from here, that you think about that word tolerance. As you work with others, take a look around this room and take a look at the differences in sizes and shapes and colors and creeds. And from that difference, we emerge as a stronger people, as a stronger community. It's from your colleagues, the person to your left and the person to your right, from the faculty, from your mom and your dad, that you learn. We all don't have the answers. None of us have the answers to everything, but together we can return to that African proverb. If we are willing to go fast, we will go alone. But it is only in working and trusting and believing in each other, it is only in working together that we will go far. So tolerance. Now, I recognize I now stand between you and graduation. And then I'm reminded, as others reminded me this morning, be concise, be brief, and be gone. So, yeah. So on behalf of everybody up here, on behalf of the Board of Governors again, on behalf of the trustees, the faculty, the moms, the dads, the friends, the colleagues, congratulations to all of you. Today is a new beginning. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Today, you take that first step in taking the knowledge and the education which you've acquired and putting it into use. So on behalf of myself and the Board of Governors, again, congratulations and thank you for this opportunity to speak to you briefly this morning.
Thank you, Governor Morton, and beyond your service to FGCU today, which will, of course, be a long day, I want to thank you for your long-time service over many years to this institution and your current service to the State University System of Florida. Thank you for being here. Degrees will now be conferred. At FGCU, we award a wide variety of advanced degrees that provide postgraduate education in a wide array of disciplines. Indeed, at FGCU, we currently offer 2 doctoral degrees, 1 specialist degree, and over 30 courses of study leading to master's degrees. We award a Doctor of Physical Therapy, a Doctor of Education, the Education Specialist, and the following master's degrees: Master of Arts, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, Master of Science in Nursing, and Master of Social Work. We are pleased that 47 master's degrees are being awarded by FGCU at this commencement. It's okay, throw in some applause. Some of those eligible to receive recognition at today's ceremony have already started their new careers and are unable to be in attendance with us this morning. Will all master's candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the master's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Candidates, please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The College Marshal for the Lutgert College of Business will lead the master's recipients to the stage. The university readers, Ms. Patty Kirk and Ms. Michelle Jones, will introduce the individual graduates. We will be calling each graduate to the front of the floor to be recognized. Let me say just one brief word to our guests today, and I ask for your cooperation. Most of you have traveled many miles today to hear one name, and each name will be heard only if you hold your applause and cheers. In consideration of everyone who is here today to honor one student, please refrain from shouts and celebrations until all names have been read. Our graduates have worked long and hard to earn their degrees, and each one deserves the opportunity to be recognized by their families and friends. Thank you.
Melody Turner, Casey Thorpe, John Lewis, Harold Fennell, Scott Marin, Nikki Ververis, Andrew Cows, Sumit Shetty, Russell Schultz, Zayad Sheila, Nadare Salim, Jay Coughlin, Allison Shoemaker, Jonathan Schechter, Stephen Robleski, Miguel Gillen, Haley O'Mara, Alyssa Ladun, Paul Allen, Spencer Garrity, Alicia Angeloff, Anthony Jensen, Joseph C. Pencala, Stephen Harrington, Rachel Scourin, Kelly Wyatt, Chelsea Kessner, Micah Owenby, Cheryl Scudder, Hadley Randall, Timothy Zawacki, Joshua King, Brooke Bowerly, Audrey Neeson, Brianna Carlson, Isabella Pinto,
Will the new FGCU Master's graduates please rise? President Bradshaw, Platform Party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our newest master's degree recipients.
– 1,
Please be seated. We now come to the conferring of the bachelor's degrees. At FGCU, we award a wide variety of bachelor's degrees that provide education in an array of disciplines. Indeed, at FGCU, we offer over 50 courses of study leading to the bachelor's, and we award the following baccalaureate degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Social Work, and Bachelor of Music Education. We are pleased that 329 bachelor's degrees are being conferred by FGCU at this commencement. Some of those eligible to receive recognition at today's ceremony have already started their new careers and are unable to be with us this morning. Will all bachelor's candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree you have earned and all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Candidates, please move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, you may be seated.
The college marshals will now escort the bachelor's recipients to the front of the stage by college, beginning with the Lutgert College of Business. University readers Patty Kirk and Michelle Jones will introduce our individual graduates.
Laura Hoyos. Michael Davila. Sergio Nisaparenko. Shan Young. William Mehta. Crystal Duke. Joseph Marapisi. Amanda Folds. Caitlin Kavanaugh. Yamirka Suyi. Tyler Sheffer. Marcos Pete. Nate River. Deanna Bornstein. Hillary Humphrey, Joseph Conroy, Brandon Mayer, Karina Mambuka, Lance Lavosky, Konstantin Samas, Jean Mazzola, Willie Butler, Eric Simmons, Christy Wolnick, Caleb Altia, Patrick Biggs, Salvatore Valenciano, Adam Doe, Melissa Phillips, Adelie Landis, Ryan Pickering, Brandon Bartholow, Bianca Godin, Christine Boyle, Elizabeth Gaburski, Troy Jones, Melissa Narza-Senfeld, Karen Wise, Chance Bembenster, Brian Parks, Nathan Ragu, Robert Howard Jr., Destiny Green, Jamie Forrester, Amanda Jamerson, Kayla Laura, Kyle Campbell, Benjamin Horowitz, Lauren Kranates, Jessica Johnson, Jason Edwaru, Courtney Connolly, Beth Shanker, Lauren Gomes, Anna Zernecki, Patricia Dawn Merchant, Wesley Kirk, Amanda Panino, Danielle Mizrahi, Nicole Dano, Alexandra Fraser, Shelby Burdick, Eric Mandel, Indira Sanchez, Ryan Nicholson, April Welsh,
Celia Filippini, Lauren Filippi, Jessica Wise, Melissa McComb, Jennifer Ott, Lauren Hathaway, Dale Cruz, Giorgio Zalumis, Nathan Janetta, Matthew Van Cureen, Matthew Downs, Miguel Silva, Zachary Baker, Christopher Pagan, Luisa Bayer, Samantha Barrero, Madison Rogowski, Jennifer Rowan, Megan Taylor, Morgan T., Brittany Kalesser, Christopher Marzek, Lane Jocelyn, Sarah Wechter, Bradley Payton. Stephen Thatcher. Alexander Henderson. Daniel Herron. Robert Jackson. William Deadends. Eric Holst. Vincent Santa Cruz. Carlos Garcia. Eric Krieger. Dean Salzman. TJ Novella. Connor Ramage. Ashley Martell. Alexander Caporel. Ashley Lubka. Cameron Clark. Sanders Payne. Nick Froling. Brent Ely. Alexander Anakabi. Junior Destine. Ahmed El-Gandhi. Nicholas Burkall. Zachary Greenwald. Chad Lyons. Gonzalez Lafalaise. Madeline DeMasi. Anthony Gallo. Matthew Melendez. Dean Graves. Jonathan Riggs. Samantha Hall. Candace Sessa. Andrew Filer. Ryan Halley. Joan Markowski. Carly Hamilton. Trevor Brash. Chesha Johnson. Brandon Allen. John McMurray. Timothy Sean Kennedy. Robert Hughes. Peter Doshku. Michelle Kosis. Sarah Garces. Nicole Andolino. Ruth Wendell.
Deborah White. Brittany Andrews. Daniel Garcia Para. Max Waldinger. Salvatore Laturco. Matthew Burton. Taylor Badonsky. Jaleesa Isaac. Juan Quintada. Terry Mitchell. Juan Mejera. Delmar Dwight Franks III. Daniel Green. John Franco Richter, Eric Fritz, Thomas Patterson, Kim Nguyen, Mickey Riley, Richa Srivastava, Catherine Pinedo, Elizabeth Collins, Grace Legner, Janessa Gianetto, Jessica Anderson, Haley Getz, Shelby Robbins, Kelsey Balmer, Gala Hoffman, Elizabeth Rodriguez, Maria Bays, Jaleel Davis, Rafael Mendoza, Jessica Myers, Jessica McLeod, Evenali Lewis Saint, Molly Blosser, Tyler Bishop, Tori Bishop, Taylor Dawson, Logan Hand, Joseph Rogers, Parker Masak, Jake Hanna, Margie Murphy, Sandra Gutierrez Reynolds, Anna Massanari, April Rogers, Michael Quintana, Chase Beatty, Samantha Foster, Angela Cortez, Maria Lambana Cortez, Melissa Bell, Rosa Rodriguez, Justin Carden, Melanie Beam, Juanita Martinez, Christopher Peel, Lauren Alice, Sarah Harkness, Anna Dyson, Lori France, Jonathan Endicott, Dennis Shipoff, Steve John Baptiste, Jessica Clea LaShawn Wilson, Courtney Braxton,
Now, the UA Whitaker College of Engineering. Valeria Suarez. Jana Ion. Timothy Munnerly. Raymond Ho. Jonathan Ickes. Samuel Caguana. Felipe Veloza. James Carroll. Tyler Thomas. Matthew Grosjean. Robert Joseph McGinnis. Michael Vallon. Andrew Strohmeyer. Oscar Castellanos. Shaheen Farhadi. Eva Latonen. Kara Faulkner. Sean Davis. Pablo Torres. John Waller. Alejandro Hernandez. Jeremy Goulet. Scott Kelly. Sandra Guerra. Aaron Ramhas. Matthew Hunt. Brandon Fry. Nicholas Oreca. Taylor Harden. Ryan Green. David Mercer. Lee Kahn. Nicholas Allegat. Brittany Johnson. Gregory Ramina. Alicia Weber. Austin Gedkin. Francesca Camaloni. John Baker. Zachary Wopart. Sergio Guzman. Christopher Ordonez. Stephen Russo. Juan Gomez. Jamie Martinez. Anatoly Tony Olympiak. Alfredo Perez. Jacqueline LaRock. Michael Nixon. Robin Palmer. Joshua Peterson. Zachary Taylor. Matthew Goddard. Graham Kulkar. Matthew LaPera. Daniel Whalen. Joseph Corman. Shane Kelly. Matthew Casey. Fazil Qureshi. Robert White. Brian Sullivan. Grant Beejan. Gabriel Echeverri. Micah Jackson. Dustin Spears. Eli Enders.
Will the new FGCU bachelor's graduates please rise? President Bradshaw, Platform Party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our newest graduates. Please be seated. Among our graduates receiving bachelor degrees today are some of FGCU's finest students. These students, who have achieved the highest academic honors, are designated by the wearing of green and blue honor cords. Please stand and remain standing as I call your honors designation. Undergraduate students who have maintained a GPA of 3.9 or higher have received the highest honors designation of summa cum laude. Please stand. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.71 to 3.89 have received the honors designation of magna cum laude. Please stand. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.7 have received the honors designation of cum laude. Please stand. To all of our honors graduates, we commend you on your superlative academic achievements.
Please be seated. Graduates, I congratulate you on your accomplishment and wish you continued success. You've worked hard and succeeded in your academic endeavors. On your behalf, let me thank our outstanding faculty and staff members who have provided you not only with instruction, but also their wise guidance and enthusiastic support. Our university is truly fortunate to have such a remarkable group of faculty and staff respected by their students, their peers, and the greater community. It is now my pleasure to introduce Harry Casimir, class of 2005, and chair-elect of the FGCU Alumni Association.
Thank you, President Bradshaw. Good morning, graduates, family, friends, and guests. I am honored to be here as an alum today. Just a few years ago, I would have never imagined standing here speaking with my alma mater at one of the fastest growing universities in the country. About 10 years ago, I chose FGCU over many great universities I was considering attending. I'm so happy I did, because it ended up being one of the best decisions of my life. At FGCU, I got an excellent education. I met my beautiful wife, Esther. I met my business partner, Zach Katkin, with whom I co-founded my web development and internet marketing company, Artilist. Had it not been for the encouragement of my professors here at FGCU, I don't know that I would have taken this road. I would definitely not be where I am today professionally, if not for the insight, mentorship, recommendation of my FGCU professors, many of whom are here today. Thank you, all of you, for your dedication to all students, past and present, and for helping us reach our dreams. Receiving my college degree was a thrill and amazing accomplishment in my life. As you move forward in life on your own thrill rides, if there is any advice I can offer today, is this: don't forget today. Don't forget the institution that instilled in you knowledge, great social and civic responsibility, and ideals of sustainability. Don't forget it was a place for you to find friends, get mentors. Don't forget FGCU gave you a start, pushing you down the road of limitless possibilities. And don't forget, while our words may all differ, and they will, we will always have FGCU as a common intersection in our lives. Graduate, today is an exciting day for you and your families. I congratulate you on reaching your greatest academic accomplishment yet, and welcome you to the alumni family of more than 20,000 worldwide. And I challenge you to stay connected to your FGCU family, no matter where your words takes you. As you live here today as alumni, remember, you control the reputation and credibility of this university. Having a diploma is much like having stock in a company. Stock goes up and down. When you live here today, make sure your stocks goes up by being true to yourself and others, and by supporting FGCU. You can do that by becoming an involved and engaged graduate, volunteer in your colleges, attend alumni association events, read Pinnacle magazine, and share your accomplishment with the university. Give back when you can and become an active member of the Alumni Association. Stay connected to social media or just stop by the Alumni Association office so we can continue enriching each other's lives. That's how you stay connected with your FGCU family. Graduates of class of 2014, congratulations again and welcome to the alumni family. Go Eagles. Thank you.
Thanks, Harry. Now at this time, will the graduates please rise and give a round of applause in appreciation of those that supported you through the educational process, your parents, your family, your friends. Also, while you're still standing, please extend a round of applause for the faculty who guided you, who supported you, who educated you through this process. They are among the best. You may be seated. Now, will the audience please rise and join our vocalist, Miss Christy Shore. Graduates, you need to rise as well. And join our vocalist, Miss Christy Shore, and the Suncoast Brass Quintet in singing the first verse of our alma mater. The printed words can be found on page 35 of your program. Miss Shore.
How
You may be seated. Yes. Graduates, in closing, I encourage you to stay connected to your university as proud alumni who represent the best of this institution. You are our success stories. You are our best ambassadors. Your achievements, service to others, and loyalty will contribute to the greatness of Florida Gulf Coast University. You have our best wishes for success and happiness throughout your lives. Please stand for the recessional and remain in your place until all graduates have exited the floor. Graduates, staff ushers will direct you to join the recessional guests. Please wait, recessional guests, please wait until the students and faculty have left the arena floor before carefully exiting yourselves. Please meet your graduates in the lobby or in the plaza area. Thank you all for being here. My last 4 words: walk good, go Eagles.